So what I did is I said, how can Gator 2.0 solve that problem? And what I did is I brought double close as a strategy to Gator 2.0. So it's our ability to double close. If I double close on a transaction, am I not the verified bona fide buyer?
You are the buyer.
Gator 2.0 is transactional lending. I did something so gangster for the Gators, like probably 4 or 5 months ago, that did not exist when I originally launched this. You look at regulation coming out against wholesalers, and this is happening in Illinois, it's happening in the Midwest, it just happened in Arizona. Do you know what happened in Arizona last year, what they have to have in the contract?
They have to disclose that they are selling the property to someone else.
Gosh dang it. This is the problem trying to train somebody who knows everything. Okay? So yeah, in Arizona, it has to say verbatim exactly what the state is requiring, which is saying, I am actually going to wholesale this property.
Yes.
Now, if you're an agent, be honest here. This is not an anti-wholesaler question. But if I go to you, Jade, and I go, hey, Jade, I'm a wholesaler. I'm just going to get you under contract, and then I'm going to go try and find a buyer. Are you going to be happy about doing business with me? Be honest.
Not really.
Not really. You're going to be skittish, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So wouldn't it be better if I just told the agent I'm the buyer and I'm not lying?
Yes.
Okay. Wholesalers, when they say I'm the buyer, are they telling the truth or are they lying?
They're lying.
They are lying. So what I did is I said, how can Gator 2.0 solve that problem? And what I did is I brought double close as a strategy to Gator 2.0. So it's our ability to double close. If I double close on a transaction, am I not the verified bona fide buyer?
You are the buyer.
So am I now lying to you?
Nope.
I'm telling you the truth.
Yep.
Do you care if I double close a transaction?
I don't. Some people do, and some states do.
And some states do. Cool. So we are doing a lot of double close transactions. People that are making significant amount of money on a wholesale transaction, or, okay, when I was doing a lot of deals as a wholesaler with the funds, like American Home for Rent and Open Door and OfferPad and Zillow, they don't want to buy from a wholesaler. Mm-mm. So what we would have to do is we would have to double close the transaction, then sell it to them like 2 or 3 days later. And I was borrowing money. There's a company. I almost don't want to say the name of the company because everybody that hears the name of this company, they're like, oh, is that company? What's the website? Guys, they only do deals in Arizona. Mm-hmm. And you don't want their money anyway, but I'm going to tell you, watch this. I'll say Arizona only, and somebody will still in the comments go, wait, do they do it in Alaska? The name of the company is Frank West Capital, okay? Frank West, not the name of the guy, just the name of the company. The guy that owns it, his name is Gus Brown. Frank West would charge me 18% for only 1 day of money.
Wow.
Holy moly.
That's a lot.
But they would fund 100% of the transaction. They made my life super easy. All right, well, a typical double close transaction, okay? Does anybody need me to go through and tell you what a double close is? Give me a yes if you want me to explain what double close is. In fact, I almost want to see if Jade can explain double close.
I was just going to ask if I could.
Yeah, let's have Jade explain double close. Okay, you're up. What's double close?
So double close is where you have a contract in place between the seller and the buyer. And at the same time, you create a contract for the person who is buying it to sell it to someone else.
Yes. So let's go through it on the whiteboard, Eric.
So we call it AB.
Okay, so we've got seller is in the house.
Yep.
You've got the agent. Let's just say there's an agent involved. And the transaction between the wholesaler and the agent, this is called A to B. That's an AB part of the transaction.
That's where most transactions end.
Okay, that's where most transactions end, right?
Or traditional transactions, I should
right,
say.
This is the actual buyer.
Yep.
And then transaction is closed, it's done.
Done.
But in a wholesale transaction, what's happening is wholesalers are not actually buying anything. They do lie a lot, and that's okay. I wish they didn't. But Gator 2.0 is a way that they don't have to lie.
Right.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I have the coolest thing to tell you. I cannot wait to tell you this. This is like legit super exciting.
Yay.
I took a screenshot of it today. We have one Gator student that got his first deal, his first weekend, made 11 grand on his first transaction.
That's amazing.
From what I'm going to tell you.
That's awesome.
Okay. So this is the wholesaler. I'm just going to call him the wholesaler.
Okay.
The wholesaler gets an AB contract. Okay. And that contract, actually, it's so confusing.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't put
People are like, wait, why is it ACB? say what happens is the agent and the wholesaler get a PSA, or a purchase and sale agreement, or a purchase contract. Okay, we'll also say, or a PC. Okay, so we get a purchase and sale agreement.
Yep.
And that purchase and sell agreement, let's say, is $100,000. If you guys find a house for $100,000, buy it. I don't care where it's at.
For real.
Just buy it, okay? Unless it's in Tucson, don't buy it. Just kidding. So what ends up happening is that wholesaler then goes and finds the actual buyer. What is a typical buyer doing with that house?
They're probably going to live in it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it's one of three things. I think that either they are also going to wholesale it, known as daisy chaining.
Yep.
I also think that they might fix and flip it
True.
to then a resale buyer, right?
Or hold it long term.
Or hold it long term, okay? Rental, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what these buyers are doing. Now, here's a question you guys got to ask. And this is a funny thing that a lot of people that are brand new to this business, they're like, why would the fix and flipper, the buy and holder, and the daisy chainer, why would they be willing to pay a wholesaler to bring them a deal?
So they don't have to find the deals.
So they don't have to find the deal. I'm going to tell you right now, acquiring deals and dispoing deals are almost two completely separate businesses.
Totally different.
They're so hard. It's so hard to do both, okay? Especially when you're brand new. So if you're fixing and flipping, you're typically not out there looking for deals. You're hoping wholesalers or agents bring those deals to you, okay? So that would be called the B to C contract, right? So let's highlight this real quick. So the A to B contract is right here. Then, ooh, I got purple. The B to C contract is right here. So when you have that overlap, right here, the wholesaler, that becomes public knowledge. Mm-hmm. So the seller can see how much the wholesaler is making, and the buyer can see how much the wholesaler is making. And more importantly, a lot of legislation is coming out that wholesaling is now becoming illegal or at least regulated.
Where they can only make a certain amount.
Or they can only make a certain amount.
Yep.
Gosh dang it.
And you can do some blind closings where B is protected a little bit, but not
It's
in most states.
starting to go away.
Yeah. They want more transparency.
Right. So, and there's title companies getting in trouble for that, right?
Absolutely.
Well, we won't go into what a blind HUD is today because it's a little hairy, and we do that inside of Gator, but I do appreciate you bringing that up. The easiest way to describe it without deviating is the buyer ends up closing the wholesaler's side of the transaction in a double close. Mm-hmm. That is becoming a no-no.
Right.
Okay? So a double close would mean that instead of us having an A to B and a B to C contract, which is technically all one inclusive contract, all one inclusive transaction, so that everybody knows what everybody's making, it's all shown on one exact page. A double close is where the wholesaler actually closes the transaction and they are the owner for, I'm going to say, 1 day, maybe not even 1 day, half a day, 2 hours, 3 hours, something, yep. Right? And then what they do is they are now, instead of it being one contract and one transaction, it's actually two separate contracts. And now the wholesaler is no longer the wholesaler. The wholesaler actually becomes the seller because they actually own the property. The problem is, and we'll get into this, is the wholesaler didn't have the money to close on the transaction. So we're going to cover that in a second. So now it's again another A to B contract where the only people that know what's going on are the people on the actual second transaction. So one, it becomes legal. Now you're not wholesaling, you're actually purchasing it and then immediately selling it 15 minutes, 2 hours, 1 day, 2 days later.
Yep.
Okay, well, what's the problem? The problem is right here.
That guy didn't have the money.
Wholesalers are broke as shiz. Okay? They're broke.
Yep.
This is why Gator 1.0 exists, because they don't even have $1,000 to put up an EMD. This is how we come in and insert ourselves, yep. Right? So thank goodness for broke wholesalers, because what they do is they open up the door of opportunity. So I can come to a wholesaler and I can say, hey, wholesaler, you need to close this transaction and you need $100,000 for 1 day. Cool. So paceandabraham.com, we will also fund your double closes.
Absolutely.
Which is fun, but I have something even cooler to tell you. Do you know about Alpha Gator?
No.
Do you see this? Do you see this Alpha Gator on my shirt here?
Yeah, now I want one.
Okay, I'll tell you what Alpha Gator is. This is something that I added to Gator about 8 months after launching Gator. I didn't know that this was going to be a thing.
Okay.
This is honestly insane. If this was the only thing that Gator did, it would be worth $50,000. It's insane, okay? So You can always get that money from Pace and Abraham, right? So let's say that I'm a Gator. Let me draw my Gator. Your Gator comes in here and he says, oh, I see an opportunity here. I can close that transaction and I can charge typically 2 points. 2 points equals 2%, equals $2,000. So I can make $2,000 in one day, but the average purchase price in America is a little over $400,000. So that means if I'm charging 2 points on the average double close, I'm making like $8,000 on every time I double close. Amazing. So I can get that money from Pace and Abraham, or I can go to Alpha Gator, which is a platform I built for the Gators, and I put $30 million behind it, and we're gonna put another $300 million behind it next year.
That's awesome.
Okay, what is that platform? The platform is, this is insane. Like, it's honestly the craziest thing ever. When I thought of this, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, Mom, you'd be so proud of me. I did something with my life.
Did you say 300 million on that?
300 million.
And you're putting another 30 to it?
We have 30 in it now. We're putting another 300 million. That's not my money.
Nice.
I brought a billionaire to the table. Okay, so if I'm a Gator, here's what I do. I go to all the wholesalers. I go to all the buyers, okay? I tell everybody, I go, I can bring money to the transaction, whether it's double close, whether it's DSCR loans. Oh my gosh, this is the craziest thing. Whether you're doing a BRRRR deal, whether you need conventional rental stuff, whatever, whether you need commercial loans, does not matter. Go to my website that we will build for the Gator. What's the technology behind the website? The technology is technology I built. So if this Gator finds this wholesaler and introduces this wholesaler to Alpha Gator, now, is it them actually, Alpha Gator is like the technology behind it,
right,
and all the money behind it. If they go, what it'll be is it'll be like, hey, wholesaler, let's say you're a wholesaler, I'm a Gator. I meet you at a meetup. I meet you at a thing. I see you at a blah, blah, blah. I see you in a Facebook group and I go, hey, Jade, looks like you're a wholesaler. Do you need money for double closes? You
Absolutely.
Go, absolutely. Perfect.
I would love that.
Go to pacegivesloans.com. I don't care what the domain is. We'll build the domain for them. We'll build the landing page. And every time their customer goes and gets pinged on that technology, they are now tagged in the system permanently to this Gator. So what if you lose contact with that wholesaler, or lose contact with that fix and flipper, or lose contact with that buy and holder, but they keep using the Alpha Gator program to get money?
You're going to get an affiliate.
I get paid the rest of my life on all the people I bring to that platform.
Whether they're doing the work through you or not.
Right. There's a whole team. There's men and women behind Alpha Gator that are getting on the phone, helping these loans get through. They take all the work off your plate. You don't have to be a licensed lender to do anything. You're using their money, their teams, and you're getting paid a significant portion of the profit on the deal. So I didn't have that originally. What I originally had when I started Gator 2.0 was I was like, let's just do double closes. Then I was like, they should build their line of credit to a point where they could go do double closes on their own and start becoming a big boy lender.
Right.
But then I was like, that's going to take some time. I'll bring my money to the table.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, I'm going to run out of money. So I went and found a billionaire and I said, will you build this platform and share a significant, basically partner with the Gators? So now if I meet people that are doing rentals, guys, how many, Eric, do me a favor, go to Google. Google this. Let's see if we can answer this question. How many rental properties are in the United States? It's millions. So it's probably 4 million, 5 million, something significant. So think about that. Okay. Every time somebody gets a loan for any type of loan, Alpha Gator will pay on it. What is it?
19.3 million.
Wow. 19.3 million rental properties in the United States.
Contain 49.5 million rental units. That's multifamily.
That's crazy. So even if somebody goes and buys a multifamily deal, commercial loan goes through Alpha Gator. So it could just be Pace Gives Loans or Jade take jadesmoney.com. I don't care what you call the domain. Jeff would call his, hey dude, take my money.
I like that.
Whatever the website is, Gators get a landing page with Alpha Gator, and they can refer people to that landing page that they can do double closes, DSCR loans, BRRRR loans, commercial loans, whatever it is. Money is somebody else's, but they get paid a significant fee and they don't have to do any of the physical work. They get a portal that tracks what's going on. They get to go in there and go, oh my gosh, I've got 17 loans in queue right now that I get paid out on.
That they did none of the work on.
They did none of the work on.
That's amazing.
All they have to do is introduce people to Alpha Gator. They're in the system now, and every time they use the money. Think about if you're a fix and flipper, a successful fix and flipper is doing how many fix and flips a year?
26.
Okay, 26. I don't know where that number came from, but I like it. It's very random. I would have said 24, but she's like, I'm going to do 2 point something per month. Yep. I love it. Okay, 26. So that means if I get one fix and flipper on that platform and they're getting all their hard money for their fix and flips, they're doing their refinance when they're burring, I'm now getting paid on 52 loans a year from one successful fix and flipper or one successful buy and holder. Does that make sense? Does that sound dope or what?
I mean, I would love that.
Okay. Is she easy to get excited or not? What's the secret, Jeff? How do I got to get this woman excited? She doesn't seem excited.
Oh, I am excited. This is excited with my sunglasses on.
Okay. So guys, did anybody just learn this in the last couple of minutes?
Do they need a TC with the Alpha?
You do not need a TC with Alpha Gator.
Because you're not doing any of the work.
You're not doing any of the work.
just
You're
connecting
referring them
people.
to your thing. They're applying for the loan. Okay.
You're just making money off of being a great human who says, hey, do this thing.
Yeah. Well, think about it. What's the number one most Googled thing with people that are real estate investors? Do you know what it is? Where do I find the money? Who's a good hard money lender? Who's a good private money lender? I need to refinance this thing. Is everybody using? It's constantly brought up.
Always.
Whether I'm a real estate agent, whether I'm a wholesaler, I'm a fix and flipper, it's constantly the point of conversation.
Yep.
Where am I going to get the money to do these deals?
Where do I get the money without being screwed?
Where do I get the money without being screwed? So Amir says, I just learned this. Who's in Gator? So I want to point out to you that if only I did Gator 0 and I taught you how to wrestle each other's money and I gave you the paperwork, Gator by itself is worth it.
For sure.
Then I teach you Gator 1.0, which is how to go build corporate credit. We bring in corporate credit coaches. A significant portion of people's, what's the word I want to use? Their tuition, a significant portion of their Gator tuition goes to PCS to work their corporate credit side. We now have a corporate credit coach that comes in twice a month and he works with people. You build your corporate credit. Why do I need corporate credit? What time is it, by the way? How long have I been going on?
3:20.
Oh, damn. Dude, this is the problem with somebody that's very smart. I can zoom through this stuff really easily with you.
I like that.
She's a horrible test subject. Okay, so let's see if we got any questions here.
You want me to dumb it down?
Okay, I'm Tammy. It's alphagatorfunding.com. Okay, great. People are just, can I promote me as a lender on social media as an Alpha Gator? Yes, but Geraldo, in Gator, guys, go to Gator 2.0 training, my friends. You have access to Gator 2.0 training. This is just a refresher. Here's another significant problem with Gator. New people join every week. Why is that a problem? Because we'll go do a Zoom and people that joined yesterday will basically skip over Gator 0, 1, 2, which we've trained on.
Absolutely.
I have not trained on or released 4, 5, 6, or 7. So what'll happen is I'll talk about Gator 2 and they're like, wait, I had no idea I had access to that, which is amazing because the value just keeps coming.
Right.
This is crazy.
But they missed a step.
But they missed 0, 1, and 2. And so now they're like, I just learned this. Oh my gosh. So you're going to run into a lot of people who go, I didn't see that training yet.
Right.
Because I'm not just teaching wholesaling, right? Like people go, let me teach you how to wholesale. And they have one stagnant, annoying mentorship training of 6 weeks. And you're just like, oh my gosh, this is so stupid. That's really all I learned?
Yeah.
Like I teach all that stuff for free on my YouTube channel, right? Yeah. So with Gators, they have so much to learn and so many ways that they can get access to capital that it's easy for them to skip some of the steps.
That's true.
Okay, so in some of your training, you're gonna have to remind them, hey, buckaroo, you might have missed the training.
Yep.
Okay, how many people in here just found out today that you have access to $30 million of funding and that you can go out and tell people that you are a lender? So Gators can go around saying, I can give you a DSCR loan. I can give you a BRRRR loan. All those, think about this. How many people are subscribed to Bigger Pockets? Do you know?
Oh, I have no idea.
2 million people are subscribed to Bigger Pockets as a pro in their pro membership. Significant amount of people.
That's a lot of people.
What are those people learning? They're primarily learning the BRRRR strategy. What do the BRRRR strategy people need? They need a hard money loan to buy the house, and they need a refinance once they're done with their renovation. Every BRRRR deal requires 2 loans, and as a Gator, I can supply both of those loans. One successful person as a client inside of your Alpha Gator. So what would I do? I would change my domain to whatever the hell I want my company to be called, pacegivesmoney.com.
And something easy to remember.
Yeah, and funny, okay? Like,
Hey, dude, give me money.
hey dude, I got money.com. It is somewhat white labeling. So you're using the back end of a platform and you're marketing it as your own, but it is your own. You are partnering with Alpha Gator,
Absolutely.
okay? You're not just sitting there going, hey, I get a referral fee. It's significant profits, okay? Just like a partner,
Yep.
all right? So if you just joined, Okay, let me tell you how Gator works. And this is very important for you to understand this. When I decided to do Gator, I put all these strategies together. I go, this is a lot to train on. This is so action-packed, information-packed. It's going to take me a long time to train on this. So I'm going to launch every strategy one at a time. And I'm going to do chronological training. So Gator 0 means I don't have to have any resources.
Right.
All I have to do is join the community, work with people, learn how to wrestle other people's money, start learning how to be a money lender or a JV partner with other people's deals. Then as my lines of credit become available, I can start using my lines of credit in Gator 1.0. Okay, cool. So now I elevate. I didn't want to train on all of that and Gator 2.0 simultaneously, so I've just chunked it out. It took me a year and a half of training on Gator 0 and Gator 1 to get to Gator 2. Why? Well, because I also had to launch Alpha Gator, which took about 8 months to build.
Right.
So Alpha Gator or Gator 2.0 is available to everybody that's a Gator right now. Like you guys can go into the Gator 2.0 training right now. It's in Kajabi. It's in your actual education. And you guys can watch the launch. You can watch how to get in. You can watch how to market. You can watch how to land deals. Is it really that hard to land deals if you have all that access to all that money?
No. And I would say even if you're coming in with money and you don't need Gator 0, it still makes sense to learn it and know it because you know what your community needs.
Right.
You could be the person they're coming to.
Right. Oh
gain
my
the
gosh.
money. So if you take the time, it's not that long. It's a couple of hours of training, guys.
Bro, do you just feel so stupid around here like I do? Holy smokes.
Take the time to learn what those people are going to be coming to you, asking, the questions they're going to have, what they're looking for, and you can even help educate them. Maybe they are missing a step or not understanding.
Gosh dang it. What does that mean? Like provide value or something?
Yeah, like
be a human.
be a human.
Be
Put
part of
that
the
out there.
community.
Yeah.
Okay,
Create
cool.
the community.
I have a question for you. Did my community have a reputation before you joined my team?
Yes.
And what's the reputation?
It is a community. It's like a family. Like I have watched Pace on social media for, gosh, how long, babe? 2 years? But that community is like, it's a family. I would see on the social media, I would see the family meetups or we're doing this, we're doing that. And I'm like, man, there's so much hype on social media. It's hard to believe that that's real, truthfully.
Yeah.
I mean, you see it.
It was even hard to believe I was real?
A
To
little
be
bit,
honest,
a
tell me
little
the
bit,
truth.
yeah. I'm like, that's like the highlight reel that you see on Instagram. You know, no one's really that.
Jade's point, guys, is that if you come into the community, you already have access to resources. You have lines of credit, you have cash, which I would say 30% of people do. Like I had a lady DM me today. She goes, I have $250,000. I just joined Gator and I have $250,000 to lend. I was like, don't skip the training. She's like, well, why do I need the training? I'm just going to give money to people and I'm going to get inserted in deals. I'm like, do the training because your point is you got to know what they're going to ask.
Yes.
Or what they should be asking that they're not.
Right. Or what they should not be asking that they are.
Oh, dang, that was really good. Can you guys all do me a favor? Everybody inside of Gator, do me a favor. Go into the Facebook group right now. Okay? I want you guys to take a screenshot of Jade with her sunglasses. Everybody, do this right now. Okay? And take a screenshot of her and go put it in the Facebook group and just say, hey, thanks Jade, thanks Pace, thanks Eric for the training on Gator 2.0. Make some funny remarks about Jade looking like she stayed out all night last night, whatever it is. And what are we going to do? What's our homework for the week, guys? Our homework for the week is make sure you go to Gator 2.0 training and watch the Alpha Gator launch that we did a couple of months ago.
And if you haven't done the others, do them too.
Yeah, if you haven't done the others, do them too. There you go, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.